Assault and criminal force. Assault and criminal force. Criminal force. The term force mean extraction of energy, producing a change in the other word. Change in the other word. Full stop. Force can be cause motion, change motion or cease. Cease motion. Full stop. Who never criminal force is defined in section 350 of Indian Penal Code. Which state section 350 criminal force. Section 350 criminal force. Whoever intentionally use force to any person without that person consent in order to the committing of any offense, or intending by the use of such force to cause, or knowing it to be likely that by the use of such force he will cause injury, fear or annoyance to the person to whom the force is used said said to use criminal force to that criminal force to that other case law. Chandrika 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 So versus State of Bihar. In this case, it was stated by court that criminal force must be with intention to cause fear या injury. intention to cause fear या intention to cause fear या इंजरी मतलब यानी केस लो कौन है सो चंद्रिका सावो वर्सी स्टेट ऑफ बिहार. टू designated force as a criminal, it must be used intentionally against any person. There must be intentionally use of force by one person against the other. One person against the other. Illustration intensely pull up a woman evil without her consent. A has used criminal force to annoy or frighten her. To without person consent. Without person consent, the act done should be without the consent of the person on who the force is applied. Alliteration. Aim intentionally push against Z in a street without Z a consent. Full stop. A has in a intention to cause injury before criminal force is used against Z. 3. Commit in offense. Full stop. The applicant must have used to commit offense. Illustration A through stone at B with intention to hurt him. Intention to hurt him with intention to cause or knowing it to be likely to cause injury, fear or annoyance to person who it is cause. According to the section 350 According to section 350 of the code, force become criminal. 1. According to section 350 of the code, force become criminal. 1. When it is used without consent and in order to the committing of an offense. Second, when it is intentionally used to cause injury, fear or annoyance to another to who the force is used. Integrant ingredient. The ingredient of the section 350 of the code are the intentional use of the force to any person. Intentional use of the force to any person. Such force must have been used without the person consent. Third, the force must have been used in order to the committing of an offense with intention to cause or knowing it to be likely that it will cause injury, fear or annoyance to the person to whom it is used. Comparison with English law. Comparison with English law, the term battery of the English law is including in criminal force. included in a criminal force. Battery is the actually and intentionally application of any physical force of in adverse nature to the person of the another without this consent or even with this consent, if it is obtained by fraud over the consent is unlawful, as in the cause of a pre-fighting prize prize fighting full stop. The criminal force may be very slight as not amounting to in offense as per section 95 of the code. 95 of the code full stop. Its definition is very wide, so as to include force of almost every description of which a person may become a ultimate object full stop. The criminal force is the exercise of the one energy upon another human being, and it may be exercised directly or indirectly. So if a rise this stick at b if a rise this stick at b and the latter move away, a use force within the meaning of the section 350 full stop. The similarly, if a person shout, cry, and call a dog or any other animal and it move in consequence, it would amount to the use of force. It would mount to use of the force full stop. In the use of the criminal force, no bodily injury or hurt need be caused full stop, where a spite or b a would be liable for using criminal force against b because spitting must have caused annoyance to b annoyance होगा. The word intentionally in exclude all involuntary, incidental, or even negligent act full stop. In attendant at a bath who from pure carelessness turn on the wrong tap and cause boiling water to fall on another could not be convicted for the use of the criminal force full stop. The word consent should be taken as defined in section 90 IPC full stop. There is some difference between the doing in act without one consent and against this will full stop. This later involve active mental opposition to the act. According to the mind where it is in an element of an offense that the act should have been done without the consent of the person affected by it. Some evidence must be offered that the act was done to him against this will or without this consent. Without this consent, the various illustration under the section 350 XB5, the difference ingredient of the definition of the force given in section 349 of these illustration excessive MP no motion in section 349. Section 349 illustration in sit dog to be spring upon z. Here is intention to the cause injury or fear. Assault 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 section 351 of the IPC define assault as follow. Assault 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 351 of the IPC define assault as follow. Whoever make any gesture or any preparation attending or knowing it to be likely that such gesture or preparation will cause any person present to apprehend that he who make that gesture or preparation is about to use criminal force to that person is said to be commit in assault. Explanation. Mere word do not amount to in assault, full stop, but the word which a person use may give this gesture, 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 gesture or GEST your gesture or preparation. Preparation हो गया gesture or preparation. Illustration, managing and scope. Managing and scope हो गया essential ingredient of in assault are ingredient of the insult are that the accused should make in a gesture or preparation to use criminal force, preparation to use any criminal force. Such gesture or preparation should be made in the presence of the person in respect of the who it is made. Who it is made हो गया who it is made. Who it is made. Assault is generally understood to mean the use of the criminal force against a person causing some bodily injury or pain. Bodily injury or pain, full stop, but legal assault denote the preparatory act which cause apprehension of use of the criminal force against the person, full stop. Assault fall short of the actual use of the criminal force. In assault is then nothing more than a threat of the violation in exhibiting in intention to use criminal force occupy with present ability to effect the purpose. According to the section 351 of the code. According to the section 351 of the code, the mere gesture or preparation with the intention of the knowledge that it is likely to cause apprehension in the mind of the victim amount to in offense of the assault. Full stop. The explanation to section 351 provide that the mere word do not amount to assault unless the word are used in aid of the gesture. Aid of the gesture or preparation which amount to assault हो गया amount to assault. Offense under 351 is non-cognizable, bailable, compoundable, and traceable by any magistrate. The offense under section 351 is non-cognizable, bailable, compoundable, and triable by magistrate. The offense under section 351 is non-cognizable, bailable, compoundable, and triable by any magistrate. Difference between the criminal force and assault. There is no physical contact in any assault. It is in attempt to commit force, a criminal force. Though in assault is in over act, indicating in immediate to commit force, a criminal force coupled with the capacity of the carrying out of the intention into the effect. 3. In order to constitute in assault, it is also necessary that the person so assault must on reasonable ground believe that the person assaulting has the ability to apply the force, a criminal force, to attempt to by him force. There is a physical contact or fear in the mind of the grieved person in the application of the force. Criminal force is seen. Though force, yeah, criminal force is something more in it in a intentionally application of the force to the person of the another without lawful jurisdiction in necessary full stop. In force, a criminal force, the action of the doer is completed, but very force, a criminal force, must always including assault हो गया including क्या हो गया assault हो गया